Hey guys, it's Lex Roche
and Courtney Noir,
and you are listening to another episode of The Pleasure's All Yours.
We are a podcast all about the sexual liberation of the Black and queer communities.
We really wanted to create a space for us to talk, laugh, kiki, and really emphasize how the pleasure is.
It's all yours. Hey girl, hey Lex.
What's up, Court?
What's going on in your life?
I mean, it's Monday. We're here.
Yeah, we are here on a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Very accurate.
Yeah, I'm a little high.
Okay.
Which is nice.
As you should be on a Monday night.
Which I had such an overwhelming day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't even take my break or my lunch today.
Oh, your nails look cute.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Yes,
listen,
love it.
I figured out that this is called cat eye.
Okay.
The way
the shimmer.
The way it does the shimmery. If you're
Okay.
looking on YouTube, I don't know if you can see from the camera, but they do this shimmer thing. It's called cat eye.
Okay.
And these were press-ons from Target for $9.
Those are the ones you had this weekend.
Yeah.
They still look great.
Yeah, and literally, I think the only one of them popped off, and that's because I was doing something crazy. Yeah. But they look so cute, and every time somebody looks at them, they're like, "Oh my God, where did you go get your nails done?" I'm like,
Target.
"Oh my God, bitch, the beauty department."
I love that. I really love that.
So yeah, I like them a lot. And I think at the time when I go get an actual manicure, I'll probably have them do it, because literally when I was leaving out, there was a pink version. I was like, gotta have that.
Yeah, immediately. So every episode, we like to start off with a little pleasure moment. This is really just any part of your week that felt really good, that highlighted all the beauty in the world, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It can be as small as buying a cup of coffee or as big as getting a record deal. Yeah. Lex, what's your pleasure moment?
Well, I would like to say that it's been a while since we've actually been in the stew.
It's really what's been the last thing in the last
2
month?
Yeah, we haven't been in the stew for a while. We try to, I feel like we record for later.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, I had a birthday since the last time we were in the stew.
That's crazy. Happy birthday.
Yeah, I did. I turned 28 years old. And I just I think that will probably be my most significant pleasure moment. Not the aging part, but more so I just was hanging out in nature with Red, which was really nice. Yeah. And we just kind of hung out in the fucking middle of nowhere, kind of.
Okay.
And ate some really good food. I feel like food is what makes me remember a place. Okay. Because we went to this Korean breakfast place. Ooh. And they had a bulgogi breakfast wrap. And if you don't know what bulgogi is, it's literally just meat. It's literally beef, but it is so fucking good, and the cut of it and the taste of it, it's so good and tender. And so they made just a plain egg, scrambled it, omelet style, whatever. They wrapped it in the tortilla. In the middle, it was shreds of bulgogi with peppers, onions, and bell peppers. Okay. And they had caramelized them before they put them in. So I think they cooked them with the meat. Oh, bitch, that shit was so fucking delightful. Good. I've been thinking about that for days.
Yeah.
It was delish.
That sounds like a beautiful birthday alone, just because of that bulgogi experience.
Yeah, and I just got really high and hung out, and I slept. Had a great orgasm as well. Lovely. So,
necessary for your birthday.
Absolutely.
Always.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Walk into 28 feeling all the pleasure in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I realized the other day that I've gotten I was reflecting, oh, what have I gained, as I've been aging? And one thing I realized is that, I've just learned to pick my battles,
Ooh.
I've really learned to pick my battles, because, people will be saying stuff to me, and in my head, I'm like, you dumb, annoying fucking bitch. I cannot believe that. How does your mind think that way? Yes. Or, if someone's kind of agitating me, I'm like, pick your is it really that important for you to be this irritated?
Yes.
Bitch, check yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like that I noticed that the other day, because Red was doing something that was irritating the fuck out of me. I don't even know what she said or what she did, but it was just And I just was, and as I was sitting there, I was about to like get worked up, and I was like,
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth working yourself up.
And I was like, yeah, you know, I'm so glad that you feel comfortable to share that with me. Thank you.
That's growth, baby.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
You're doing it.
Because before I'd be like, what in the fuck? But I was like, you know what? That's you, and I'm going to let you be you.
Yeah. I really love that for you. I think 28 is going to be your best year yet. You're back bald, and I think that alone is really going to change everything.
Yeah, you know, and then I went and got that fucking head tattoo on the side of my head.
It's a done deal.
And on the back of my head. If I let my hair grow out, how will the bitches know?
Yeah, how will they know?
I feel like that ups my gay factor with the head butterfly tattoo.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I need them to know.
Do it immediately. Yeah.
What was your pleasure moment, Courtney Noir?
Wow, it has been a fucking month. Mm-hmm. But I would say my pleasure moment has actually been spending time with my grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's crazy. Truly. Like this woman.
I need you to tell me why she's crazy. Like summarization, what makes her crazy?
Okay, so you know how I'm dramatic and you know how I talk and like I tell stories. Mm-hmm. So I am actually the most diluted of the drama when it comes to like my grandmother and my father and then me. Mm-hmm. So my dad, he's like 4 times as dramatic as me. He is
pretty dramatic, and I love that.
Yeah, he's so loud. He's so performative. Like everything is a fucking performance with him. And then my grandmother, who birthed technically us both, 8 times as dramatic as I am. That bitch is, excuse me, I can't. Let me remind you.
Wait.
My grandmother is like so dramatic, but she's dramatic in that like Black Southern Christian woman way.
Yeah.
Like very
emphasizing on everything.
Yes. And like she takes pride in being like very like classy and very proper and stuff. And so like, for instance, I was at her house last week and I woke up and she was watching P-Valley. And like, I'm like, oh, you watch P-Valley? And she was like, oh no, this is this nasty show. This is an immoral, I don't know what they're doing on this show. You need to turn this. Girl, when I pressed back, she was on season 2. So like, don't play me, girl. I know you was watching them booties bounce and I know you was watching them gay men have sex, which I know that's what she was referring to because it was specifically the episode where, what's his name? Money something. It's been a while, but 2 of the characters were like in a gay romance, and they were like, it was budding, you know, and it was a very intense sexual encounter. And I was like, oh, she definitely watched that, and I don't know where her real thoughts are, but
she watching it and she's like, how do they do that?
Yeah, she definitely wanted me to know that she was not interested.
That's really so funny. Like, girl, the remote is in your lap. What do you mean I need to change the channel?
Like, be fucking for real. That's okay, Granny. We could talk about it. Let's just talk about it.
That's so funny.
But yeah, I just really like spending time with her and like getting to see her personality come out because, you know, as they get older, they can't perform as much for you. So like, she be letting shit slip, and I'm like, yeah, girl. Show me the real you.
Who is that under that hair?
Yes,
Who is that?
I love me some Cora. She's amazing. Yeah, and I actually just released a song like a few weeks ago, and it's the one that she has like a little section on where she was just like hyping me up one day while I was in the studio, and it's really nice that like I'll always have that moment where she's just like a part of my art. So
every time I hear that song, I'm like, come on, SZA. Yeah. Come on, SZA. In them early days, they're going to be on SoundCloud. Like, I remember Courtney when she was on SoundCloud.
But yeah, that was my pleasure moment.
I love that.
Wow. So I do have a fun fact.
Ooh,
and
yes.
It was presented to me by one of our loyal listeners, Leloun.
Oh, yeah. And he does have those?
He does have those. This one is about a white man, but a white man I quite enjoy.
Okay. Hosier?
No. And I guess I don't quite enjoy him. I know him and I don't hate him.
Okay. So he's decent.
Yeah. He's
a decent white man.
He's cool.
Okay. He cool.
Yeah. William Dafoe.
Okay. Isn't that the guy who showed his dick in that one movie?
Correct.
Okay.
But apparently it was a body double because his penis was so large that it was overwhelming and would have like drawn attention to like away from the actual point of the movie. Oh, so he had to use a body double. Yeah.
William Dafoe is packing meat?
He's packing schmeat. Not just meat, honey. Schmeat. He must have had like one of those like Mandingo style.
He
the
got
ones that flop.
He got one of them dicks that you see in as advertisement on the porn website. So they're like, take this pill and your dick will be like this in 2 hours.
Correct.
Whoa.
Crazy stuff. So I don't know if he has a wife, but
hit me up.
I was just gonna say good for her.
I was like, it didn't feel like it was going there.
That's my fun fact. That's all I have.
Williams DeVoe has a big dick, and that's our fun fact for today.
And he does kind of look like he likes black women. So if you're into him, maybe hit him up on Instagram or something. Do you think he has an Instagram?
Okay, this isn't who Okay, he's close to the person I thought it was, but that's not who I thought it was. But that man's back at meat is crazy.
Yeah, I can see it though. It's the nose.
It's the nose.
Yeah,
it's the nose. Niggas with a big nose, big dick, big nose. They worried about the feet. You need to be worried about that nose.
Worried about that nose. Okay, so for our pleasure principle, I wanted to talk about polyamory.
Okay, yeah.
We've had conversations about it, especially I think with AJ when they were on the first time. But like now that I am in a place where I'm single.
Yes.
And I'm dating, I've really been trying to figure out like what that looks like for me long term. Like, am I going to be dating long term? Am I wanting to like find somebody, like find a monogamous partner to be with and like get married and like do all that stuff? Cause we're 28. So like
we have so much time to do that.
We do, but it's just something so that I can move with intention.
Oh, yeah.
So like I've just been thinking a lot about that. And where I am right now, my roster is full and it is closed.
It's closed. It
is officially closed. There's
just in time for when it's cold outside.
You're so right. Wow.
Just in time. Look at you. You prepared yourself.
I did. I set myself up really well.
You did.
But I'm trying to not fuck it up, right?
Okay.
So like I want to still move with intention. And I think having this roster that has a bunch of different moving pieces to it, I feel like I am on the spectrum of being polyamorous because it's not like, I think I have feelings for each person, but they're very specific feelings in very different ways. But I want to like grow that, you know what I mean? And like, that doesn't mean I want to be in like a relationship with each one. Like if one of these people were to say, I want to be in a monogamous relationship, I'm not going to be like, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
I enjoy these people so much so that like I want to date them and like emotionally connect with them.
Yeah.
So like I'm polyamorous, right? Like at a certain extent, I'm trying to be, I'm practicing it, seeing if it works for me.
You know what's so funny is I recently sent you a TikTok, I think, and it's like a woman talking about her being solo poly. But we can talk. I'll add that later because everything she was saying sounds like so many things that you have said to me, and is like I really relate to the feeling as well of the things that you have said to me. But it just when she said that, I was like, I have to send this to Courtney because I really think
been on TikTok in literally a month. But
it could have been TikTok or it could have been Instagram because actually I was like scrolling on Instagram Reels for I'm not even gonna tell you how long because it's embarrassing. But I was scrolling. I was like it was on one of those where you can watch the little videos, and I was like and the way she was talking about it, Court, I was like, this is Courtney right here.
Oh my God, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, so I just really wanted to discuss like my solo poly experience, but also like talk through some of like the challenges that come with that. And, you always have like really good opinions on not what I should do, but more like how I should look at things. Or maybe you can tell me how I'm overthinking a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like you simplify my thoughts.
Yeah.
There it is. So first I want to talk about like what I love about poly, and definitely want to hear like what you love about being poly.
Absolutely.
But what I like about the idea of polyamory is just like having lots of yourself to share with people. And like, I think I have a lot of very, not niche interests, but I have a lot of different sides of myself. Like I'm a lot of different people. And I enjoy being able to connect with somebody specifically with that version of myself. Like, it sounds like I'm not being authentic, but really it's just like I have all this different energy, you know?
The way I always describe it is just like when you have a friend who you know for a fact is going to be a good time if you go out. But if it comes to a formal gathering, she's going to be a little too turned.
Yeah.
So you won't invite her to that, but you'll invite your moderately turned friend to the formal gala. And like neither one of those people are upset. They're just happy that you're having a good time. Yeah. That is like the best way to explain it to people who don't really understand non-monogamy in any way. Because it's like you don't do the exact same activities with all of your friends. No. You have different friends that you want to do different things with.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is just kind of how like non-monogamy comes to me, is that like I feel like I'm different people when I'm with different people because they bring out different sides, different traits that I already have. They just amplify some of them.
Right.
So it's like
in the best way.
Yeah. You learn a lot about yourself like as well.
For sure. I have definitely learned about myself. I think I also like dress differently depending on who I'm seeing as well, which is very interesting.
Because I feel like it's just like playing, not like dress up or anything, like not like playing pretend or like anything. It's just like I'm living a fantasy and I'm creating the fantasy with this person.
Like today I'm lawyer Barbie, and tomorrow I'm going to be veterinarian Barbie.
Thank you.
I'm always Barbie, bitch.
Always Barbie. There's always original Barbie, okay? Yes. But Barbie has many jobs and many titles and many hats. Barbie wear every single hat she wants to.
Yes, because she's that girl.
Come on, Barbie.
I love that. Yes, Barbie girl.
Yes. I really am a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the next lyric, but I can't.
Wrapped in plastic.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's really why I like poly. Why do you like being poly? Or why do you like the idea of being poly?
I think, like, one is definitely, like, the freedom to connect with people in whatever way that is. And, like, I know some people are like, well, you just kind of have commitment issues, like, you know, things like that. But I feel like I've been pretty committed to the people in my life.
Yes.
Like, extremely.
Like, we have very long-lasting friendships.
Yes.
We have relationships with our family. Like,
yes.
It's really, like, romantic relationships is not the only way to be committed to something. We are committed to this podcast. We're committed to growing this podcast together.
Exactly. So I think, like, just the freedom to kind of commit to what I feel is going to be good for me long term, because that is definitely how I look at my partnerships a lot now, is like what is going to be long lasting. And then also just being able to have so many different kinds of experiences, because you're not really like limiting yourself, or not even that it's a limit. Like you're not even just focused on this one person and their one view of the world plus your own. You have all these different worldviews and experiences that you can also share life with and draw knowledge from and have support from and things like that. Like, all of my friends bring a different vibe, but you know what? When I throw fucking game night, the vibe is all the same, even though it's different. And it just is
work.
And it's just so much fun. So I think, and the freedom to lean into whatever part of myself it is, and also whatever a connection can be.
Yeah.
Because we could be besties, we could be friends, and still kind of have something, but it's like not pressing, you know? I don't know. It's just, I think you said to me one day where you're like, it was either you or it was someone else, and they were like, you know, every time I talk to you about non-monogamy, it's just leaning more towards relationship anarchy. Oh, because
I feel like that is something that I said to you.
Yeah, it seems
yes.
Because I was like, I don't remember, but I think I was like, I don't even see, I was like, my ideal family isn't even like a family. Like, it's not like the modern kind of family that people think of. And even when I think about having kids and stuff, it's not, there are not parents as in 2. There are parents as in like 8, because maybe it's someone that I'm like romantically involved with, but my community also parents. Like, we're all doing this thing together to create this life for this amazing person that we're all going to be pouring into, that's literally going to be so smart and sassy.
Perfect.
And a force to be reckoned with. That's what I think. Yeah. I've never dreamt of like family and imagine like myself in a person. It's always like myself and people that I love around me, like as far back as I can think.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's what I want to. It seems like that's the way to get out of like this constant like cycle of capitalism, you know? Like let's just move out into the wilderness of North Carolina.
Here you go.
And build a homestead.
Yes, here she go, y'all.
Together.
It's been how many episodes now? We might as well just do it at this point.
TPAY Homesteader Edition. Like, yeah. Cute. I love it. You know, that kind of actually segues into the difference that I wanted to talk about between like desiring having an open relationship or like and being having an open relationship, being non-monogamous and being polyamorous. Okay. Because like I feel like I do want to a certain extent one person that is my rock. Like that is my foundation. We might have like all the legal stuff together because like
that's still polyamory. That's
you
like
right, exactly. Yeah. Like an anchor partner.
Yeah.
And then like have people on not the side as in like, oh, I'm just fucking around or I'm dating random people. On the open relationship side, that's more of like I'm married to this person, but I'm also fucking around, dating, seeing where things go, having I don't want to say one night stands. What's it called? Casual
like situationships. Yeah. But like you're not allowed the freedom to get emotionally involved with these people.
Right. Exactly.
So like as soon as it starts causing like rifts in your relationship, that's usually when the third person or whoever is usually like cut off. That's what happened to me now, and I didn't realize until what, like 2 years later, but that has happened to me.
With the couple, the artistic couple?
Yeah, and I'm still so I'm not like fucked up over it, but like when I think
what the fuck?
Yeah, when I think about it, it like genuinely makes me so upset because like I was emotionally connecting with both of them and like we were spending a lot of time together separately, together as all three of us, like we're making these plans to travel and like all these other things, only for whatever the fuck to be happening with them, and then I just kind of get dropped off to the wayside. So it's like you guys weren't really poly, you were just wanting to fuck around with a hot young bitch, which is fine. But, like, you should have said that.
Don't present yourself as wanting an emotional
connection. And give me my fucking OnlyFans content back, bitch.
That's crazy. They never sent it to you or what?
No, he was, like the guy, he was working on, like, a production company. He had, like, a bunch of other girls that he was, like, promoting. So he was, like, one of those, like, oh, I promote all these OnlyFans girls. Okay. And he was supposed to be, like, adding me to the roster and, like, making a profile or whatever. And then shit just...
Obviously,
yeah,
he got his panties in a bunch.
I don't know. I genuinely still to this day have no idea what happened.
Okay, and that's the perfect example of how not to do it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Well, so what would your ideal... Perfect. That's a great segue, actually. Sorry. My brain had to catch up. What would your ideal poly dynamic look like?
I think it... Like, because I don't think like, oh, I need to have like a solid partner, like a home base kind of thing. I don't think like that is used to that's how I used to think about it. But I think now I want to be able to like just be with whoever it is that I am with. And when I'm with them, that is who I'm with. Like that, that is where my brain is. That is where like, I don't know.
So, like, do you see yourself living by yourself?
As of right now, most likely. And, like, yeah, most likely. Because, like, you know, Red is with me right now.
Yeah.
And I love having her there. I really, really, really do. I love being able to, like, have a little person to be, like, cuddling and, like, bugging and, like, getting on her nerves when I feel like it. And cooking for. And, like, having another person do things for me as well. But I think that, like, I don't think I want to, like, share my space for the rest of my life, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like, I don't even want, like, oh, you have your room, I have my room. No. I want to be in control of all the things.
You were so serious.
I'm so fucking serious. I want to be in control of all the things in the environment. If I want it cold because I'm always hot, it's going to be cold because I'm always hot. If I want to get 50 million plants and cover every single surface with my plants, I can. Yeah. If I want to like wake up and play real loud music just because I want to, I can do that. If I don't want to cook for 3 days and I want to like have cereal or air for dinner, that's what we're doing. Like, I really like having the control of my environment in that way. And I don't mind compromising for my partner when it comes to like both of us being comfortable, because you being comfortable means we can like chill and have a good time.
Of course.
And yeah, I think I really think that's it. I really value like being able to be in control of my environment, because so much of outside of my home is out of my control. So like when I come home, I want to be in control of all the things going on. Like, that's it.
That makes sense. That's fucking valid. Yeah.
But like, I want to share things with people.
Yeah.
You can come over and stay a week or two. Absolutely. But like,
don't expect me to change this thermostat, bitch.
And I will. And I will. That's the part. And then I wake up hot and pissed off.
You can just buy them blankets.
I wake up hot and pissed off, bitch, sweating and pissed.
Well, I love that for you. I think like I said, my ideal would be having an anchor partner, and then having relationships, like genuine relationships where everybody is also very aware of everybody.
Of each other,
and I'm not sure I'm one of the granola kind of poly, like, did you ever watch that show? Oh my God. Oh, okay. It's called Polyamory Married and Dating.
Okay.
Polyamory.
Oh, is that the one where the couples are like looking for a person to add?
No, that is TLC, Seeking Sister Wife, and that's more of a polygamy style relationship. There's one couple that's polyamorous, but the rest of them are just polygamous.
Okay.
But this show is on Showtime, and now it's on like Paramount. But there's only like 2 seasons of it, and it's the same white, like granola-y couples living in like California and like Las Vegas.
Okay.
And it really maps out like their version of polyamory, which is, there's a husband and a wife, and then he has his partners. Some of them are women, some of them are men. She has partners, some of them are women, some of them are men. And they all like throw parties together and like do like community stuff together, and like they kind of live in like a polypod sometimes. Yeah. Like it's one of those things.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm there yet.
I think I would want to be one of the couple's person's partners. I think that is what I would prefer.
You would prefer to be one of the couple's partners.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But
yeah.
Like when I think about that, I'm like,
Yeah, I don't.
So maybe I'll be solo poly for like until I'm not, because
maybe
that's
always
really
be solo poly.
Because even like years ago, like that is really where I was, and I think that's really like where my brain is still.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be ever. I would never. Let me retract. I would never live with fucking 7 people in the same house. We can all have our little homestead community.
You can be a block distance away.
Just down this, even just next door, you just have your own unit. Great. But like, I will never do that crazy ass shit where you have like a big ass king size bed or a California king and you've got 5 people sleeping in it together. Like, love munch. Like, no, thank you.
No, I don't think I want to like share. And when I say I don't want to share, not as in a way like, oh, I don't want my partner to have partners. No, I'm not sharing one of my partners with my other partners. Bitch, get your own bitches.
Oh.
Go get your own bitches.
I never really considered that. Absolutely not.
Because it's like, no,
because we all have our own relationship. Like me and you, what we do, it doesn't need to cross paths with what you and you are doing, because like then I'm gonna feel I totally feel that.
Yeah, like get your own bitches.
Get your own bitches.
We're not sharing my bitches. Get your own bitches. If you can't pull bitches, that's not on me.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have to share because you can't pull bitches, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want to share my bitches at all.
I'm good.
You get your own.
Okay. They don't need to. Yeah. Yeah.
And like if we have game night and like it's like a bunch of people and then also like my metamors are there and everything. Nah, don't get too cozy.
Okay, but what about...
Don't get too cozy.
What about like group sex? Because that seems like a very, very convenient avenue to have really fun play parties. But like there doesn't have to be any interactions past that. But I know it's hard when you're building relationships and you're having the same play parties over and over again, not to build relationships and be friends with people, you know?
If we're going to have a play party, like that's fine, but bring your own bitches.
But can your bitches fuck each other?
You know,
at
like
a play party.
I guess we would have to see when we get there. But like in my mind, I'm like, why are you getting so cozy?
Yeah, I get that.
Because like now y'all are gonna want to exchange numbers and Instagrams and like now like I don't know I think that's what I like about having the different relationships is that they're not intertwined with each other so much in that way.
Yes.
Because like y'all talking shit.
Oh my God.
Y'all having a kiki?
You know I'm paranoid as fuck, bitch. So I want to know.
Who are you? Now we're arguing and you picking up your phone, you're texting mad fast. Mm-hmm. Who the fuck are you? Now I got somebody else in my phone. Hey, is everything okay? They texted me. They seem pretty.
Let me tell you something. Being in a band and having the same band be your roommates and having one person that loved all of us, Caitlin, it was so fucking annoying. We would get into a fight in the apartment and then like 5 minutes later, Caitlin would text me, "Hey girly, have a sec to chat? Hey girly, how you doing?"
See, now that's
no, thank you.
Get your own bitches. I will say it again.
Yeah, okay. I agree, solid. Yes.
Valid reasoning.
So I have had some challenges, but they're all internal. And so like I want to work through them.
Yeah.
The first one is like I don't know when I should, now that I've decided that I am like polyamorous, I'm solo poly. Mm-hmm. When do I bring it up to these people? Now, albeit 2 of them really understand like that. Mm-hmm. But I think 2 of them I have to really explain it to. Mm-hmm. And I don't know when that point is.
Okay, so for me, I think it's good to get that conversation before anyone gets too deeply invested.
Yes.
Because now you're deeply invested and you're like, oh, by the way, this will not be monogamous, just to let you know. Yeah. I think like being upfront with it like is pretty good. Even if you're the next time you guys go out, you know, even just being like, hey, so I did have an interesting question for you. Yeah, like, yeah, that is. Are you more? Do you lean more towards traditional monogamy or non-monogamy in some capacity? In some capacity, and open the conversation to it like that, because then you can even get a feel on where they are. And like, even if it's not something that they would want to do, I would still let them know. So that way, like just giving them the choice, like, just so you know, this is what I feel and this is what I see for myself. And so like, then they can kind of make that decision on what capacity you would be in their life and what they should be doing, you know? And just kind of move from there. 'Cause like, ain't nothing like catching feelings for a bitch and then finding out.
So sad. Yeah. And then another challenge is definitely staying up to date with your sexual health. Because if you have that many partners, that means you have to keep track of like when they got tested and also like how much you're getting tested. Thank God I have great health insurance, so I've been able to get tested regularly during this period. But I'm also not having sex with all of them, so it's just kind of like, it's just something I'm thinking about in the future. Like if this is how I want to live my life, damn, that's a lot. You probably getting STD texts like once a month, like once every 8 weeks. Like
I would say like, I guess depending on how many, like, okay, so if I have 3 partners and each of my partners have a partner, yes, I basically have 6 partners. Yeah. So I should go get tested every 2 weeks because that's a lot.
Oh my God.
That's a lot. Because like, even if you and your partner are doing their due diligence to like be safe, who knows are their partners doing that? And if that bitch got partners, we looking like the L word Alice's chat on a fucking whiteboard right now.
Oh my God. Okay, they're stressing me the fuck out.
Oh,
no. I mean, pause. Don't overdo it. Okay, you're not stressing me out. This thought is stressing me out. Like, because I'm like, yeah, wow, that is like a lot to deal with, and that's probably a really big argument against polyamory long term. Like, that's a lot to think about. Like, people are not as careful as you.
Mm-hmm.
And as I have stressed again, I am not having sex with all of these people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the dynamic of some of these relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like something to think about if it ever got to that point. Like, you know?
I will say that on my dating profiles right now, when they're like, what's the hottest thing you can do? And it's like, take your sexual health as seriously as I take mine.
Nice.
That's like the sexiest thing you can do. And I feel like I'm a person, like when I'm getting to know a person and it kind of feels like there's any kind of like sexual undertones, I'm going to ask about like, what are your safe sex practices? How often do you get tested? When was the last time you got tested? If I asked you to go get tested, would you like do that? And I think like as long as you have people that like hear you and are willing to like also work with you, that I don't think there is a problem whatsoever. It can get a little stressful because you're gonna be like going so frequently, but like
that's what I mean by stressful. Just like it's a lot to think about, and then even like right now I trust my partners to do what they need to do, but it's just like again like
the other people.
It's the other people. It's that second layer of like so frustrating.
Yeah.
Another thing is jealousy. I haven't really had any jealousy issues.
They're coming.
But okay. Yeah, I had like a little moment the other day where I was like, oh, I was like tight. But then I was like, I had to talk myself down. I was like, are you serious, bitch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What were we talking about? It's the girl that I'm talking to right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling her that I was going to the block party, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be there too," and she said, "I wonder how many of my sneaky links I'm gonna see," and like that's exactly what I had thought already, like earlier in the week.
Yeah,
obviously all week I was like, I know I'm gonna see multiple people here.
Where my hoes at?
Where the hoes? Like I know that they're gonna be there, but you know, just hearing her say like, "I wonder how many of my sneaky links," I'm like, oh. How many sneaky links do you got, bitch? Like,
how many do you need?
How many do you need?
I'm already here.
Goddamn. Yeah. Like, so I was like, oh, okay, all right, okay. But then, I was like, oh wait, I also have other hoes. So like, I just have to kind of. That was tough. So that being said, I do know that eventually that will come into play. Like
sometimes it comes into play and it makes you act crazy. Like, it makes you act crazy. There are some times where I'm, like, looking back at myself, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? I don't even know who the fuck that bitch is. She was tripping. But I think what's important is to not shame yourself for feeling that feeling, but also, like, making sure you're, like, talking yourself through it as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, I'm feeling jealous. Why am I feeling jealous? What about this is making me feel so fucking jealous?
I really just, when I said, like, think clearly, bitch,
I
was like, one, y'all just start talking.
Yeah.
Two, you also have bitches. Like, that was what I kept saying. I was like, this is the way that it is. And you would hope that she would not care that you have other bitches.
Yeah.
So I was just like, reciprocity, bitch. Be real.
Yeah.
You know, sluts like sluts. Let's go.
And one thing I think too is that like, if I don't know, like you have bitches, but you still make time for me. I like that.
Right. I like that.
I like that. Yes. That's cute.
Yes.
That's very cute. I'm feeling real
special.
Yeah.
I'm
like
real VIP.
Like, oh, you took the day. You got hoes and you took the hose. You paused the hose for me.
For me?
Hello. You're not even on your phone right now.
Wow, crazy.
You're not even texting the hose.
Yeah. I can appreciate that for sure.
Yeah. But definitely that moment of clarity where like that's I think is really important. Yeah. Is to be like, wait, bitch, hold up.
Yeah. While I'm solo, I'm worried about different commitment levels. Mm-hmm. Because like there's like certain people that I've been now seeing for like a while, and I'm like, I think we're both like, I wonder like what the next like vibe is, like what the next step is. Not, I don't mean like monogamy in that way, you know? I just feel like as feelings grow, you're wondering where to put them. And I'm not like talking about like putting them in boxes necessarily.
Yeah.
But like when you mean something to somebody, but you're still like you're not monogamous. I guess it's just like really having to prioritize like the time that you spend, but I don't want it to feel like this person is like my anchor. And now like, I don't even want that right now. I'm committed to being like, as you choose to be in the future, like solo. I'm just like me, and I have these very specific relationships with each person.
Yeah.
So
I think it's good to kind of like deconstruct that thought that like it has to go somewhere else. Like why why it has to go somewhere else in like a trajectory, like why?
Well, I don't even mean like I said, like I don't mean like, oh, there's other good, should I call them my boyfriend now, or should I meet their friends? Like I don't mean that in the progression sense. I mean more like prioritizing time and emotional investment. Like, oh, like I was kind of feeling like kind of bad because I didn't call them like that week. Like we text, but like they try to make an effort to call me or like set up a date, and I've been very busy, and like I didn't try to set up like I didn't try to make time for them in the last like maybe 10 days. And like they acknowledged that, and they were like, hey, I really love that you're busy. I really love that you have this going on. Like keep doing that. Don't worry about it. Like, but it just kind of like, it made it feel like because we're more emotionally invested now that I should be doing those things. And so I guess it's like that's what I mean by like differing of commitment levels. Like I need to know that their expectations of me, and like so that I can be honest with them about if I can meet their expectations. This particular person, I feel like their expectations of me are low enough to where I could meet them. But like moving forward in this poly lifestyle that I'm trying to live, that's like talking about expectations is gonna be really important.
It makes me think of like how before you do a scene, like a BDSM scene, you guys talk about like things that you're cool with doing, things that you're cool with not doing. I think it's kind of like the same thing. Like what discussing,
let's break it down.
Discussing expectations, because it's like if you're expecting me to show up like in this way, and I know that's like something that Red and I talk about a lot because because and I think like my view on our relationship has changed and solidified so much, but in the process of it changing and solidifying, like we have gone through different stages in like communication and like expectations and everything. And like she has said that she feel like sometimes being with me makes her feel guilty because she thinks that I'm expecting like a deeper commitment from her. And I have tried to like alleviate that guilt by saying like I just like what you give is what I expect. And because we've had such in-depth conversations about what our futures look like, it would be unfair for me to hold her to an expectation of being like a specific kind of partner when she's already told me that that's not the kind of partner she is able to be for me, which is fine. And I respect her so much for like being able to communicate that with me, even though she is like, I know that this will probably like hurt your feelings a little. Like, that's fine. Sometimes I just got to be emotional and then I'm good. But like, yeah, I really think that like that's something that we've had to talk about. It's like, because she sees her future as one way and I see my future as this way, it doesn't like match up. So why would I put that pressure and that unrealistic expectation on you and our relationship, thus ruining it? Because now I'm pissed at you all the time because you can't meet my expectation. You're feeling bad because you feel like you're not meeting my expectation. You feel like I'm not meeting your expectation. This is what it is.
Yeah,
and we should respect each other and what we think it is. And I think that is also really important. But we had a really long conversation about like what future looks like, and like really hard, long conversation about it.
Yeah, because it's still important, regardless of what your dynamic is, to move with intention in your own life. And in order to do that, especially when you're cohabitating with somebody and somebody's important to you in that capacity, that you also move in with intention with them. So, yeah, I think beautiful.
Taking your connections like day by day too is because like you're gonna connect emotionally differently with each one of them. So
very true.
I think the prioritization, is that a word? Yeah, it is. Yeah. I spelled it in my head after I said that. Yes. But how you prioritize each of them is going to be directly tied to how you feel about them.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're feeling more emotions over here than you are over here, you're going to be more likely to like go further over here, which doesn't lessen the other relationship. It just is like a communication of expectations. It's like, if you're expecting this of me, I want to let you know that I can't, that's not where I can meet you, but here is what I can give. And if that is enough for you, then great.
Accept?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I also, I guess these both kind of go into the same thing, but like I have a lot of feelings and I'm starting to feel like I'm a lot. So like I'll start with I'm starting to feel like I'm a lot.
In what way?
I think the best way that I can explain it, cause like I can't even explain it in my head, but it's similar to how I felt when I came out as bi. Mm-hmm. So I felt like, yay, I'm here, I'm queer. Now everybody knows it. My parents know it. My family knows it. Everybody, that out of my inner circle also knows it. Whatever. Now I feel like I have this label as like bi, and like I don't feel like this at all anymore. Literally, I do not feel like this. But at the time, this is how I was feeling. If I meet somebody and I tell them I'm bi, and I have to because I am, and I live that proudly. Mm-hmm. At the time I was bi, now I'm pan.
Evolution, the queer evolution.
Then they have a right to be like, I'm not into that. Yeah. I don't want that. I'm not interested. Mm-hmm. And so now me being poly is like another thing that I'm like about to tattoo on my, self and be not loud and proud about, but like something I need to be communicative about to any of my future relationships and say like, hey, this is how I kind of see the foreseeable future looking like for me. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that? And like that possible rejection is just, it's tough.
I will say, think about it like this. You're basically curating your playlist of a happy life.
Truly.
Because like you're going through and you're like, yeah, this is the vibe. This is the song I want to listen to. Here's this playlist. That's what it seems like to me, because the more people you meet and you connect with, and the people that are like, no, I'm good, you're going to meet people that are like, yes, absolutely, this is amazing. I hear you. I see you. I'm with you. Let's do it. And having those people, it just kind of makes it more solid. Like you feel more safe, and it feels more safe to fall in those situations. So I think it's more so like, process of elimination.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would not choose somebody that I feel like is a judgment of who I am. I've done that too many times before. It's also like, which I know comes with building community within the poly sphere, mm-hmm. but like it's also the understanding that other people can reject you, like not just like people that you're in relationships with, but like not like family, honestly, like family, friends. Like I've met some people at work recently that you have conversations and you just kind of learn how they think, and you're like, mm-hmm. ooh, if I really told you about me, you would not like me, you would really judge me. Like, and that's what I think is like, if I decided to live poly, like there's a lot of family members I think would be like, girl, what the fuck you got going on over there? Which I don't care about how mm-hmm. this extended family views me. I guess it's just more feeling like, oh, I'm not part of I'm a social standout. Sheep. Yeah, like I'm a social standout. And while that's great when you can meet the community that makes you feel like you're also like you're part of something normal, mm-hmm. that's great. But it's also just a feeling of like social alienation that a lot of things might be harder to move through because you live a certain way.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. And this is that Aquarius coming out, so I'm going to say this. I think it's like, okay, who cares? Like, in that way, because I'm happy, and at the end of the day, I'm in my skin, I'm living my life, I'm the only one who is going to have to do that. So, like, why not be as happy as I can make myself by doing exactly what it is that makes me happy?
Absolutely.
And pursuing that in whatever way that looks like for me. Even if you feel like I'm being overindulgent, or I'm being difficult, or you feel like I'm falling into a trend, or whatever it is that you think that I'm doing, I'm happy and I'm having fun. And I feel like that is what you should want from me as someone who says that they care about me. So, like, if that's not your cup of tea, me being happy, then, like, okay, don't have tea then, bitch.
Uncle Sam does not want us to be happy.
Hey, it's okay. He's not going to be alive for much longer. That's not a threat. I just want to put that out there.
Are you saying that we're approaching the end of capitalism?
Hey, you know,
the end of life as we know it, the end of the government.
She said that was too open-ended.
It's sounding real insurrectionist up in here.
No, I just feel like there are so many people, and maybe it's just the people we surround ourselves with, but I feel like there are so many people that are questioning the way things are, like under this, all of these societal norms that we are given from birth. I feel like there's so many new forms of entertainment, so many new kinds of celebrities, so many new kinds of influencers, so much social media access that it really opens up people's minds and eyes to like how you can live life. Mm-hmm. And that, I think, is what is going to be the continuous undoing of all patriarchal anything, and like all of these norms that we have that are just in one way or another made to control women. So like,
facts, bitch.
You know?
And on the flip side, just to be devil's advocate, because I was just having a conversation with one of my parents about this. Mind you, they have horrible opinions, but it also, like, I think just like the idea that you have access to all this different ways of viewing things, different ways, different perspectives, I think it also like trains our brains into thinking that there's always something better, which is something I also think I'll have to work on. Like, being poly is just like, oh, well, I could find somebody that will do this for me, or like I could find somebody that acts like this. Like, I could, but like there's always going to be something that I see that somebody else has, or the way that somebody else does things, even that I'm like, I deserve to live that way. Like, the way that they're doing it looks better than the way that I'm doing it. Like, and then when I'm doing that, I'll see somebody else that's doing a different way, and I'm like, maybe I need that. And like, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes having access to how a bunch of people live their life is not always a fucking good thing. Yeah. At least for me.
I can definitely see that too. Yeah. Especially because like, if you see someone living like a really lavish, really like fun, crazy lifestyle on camera, you're like, oh, what can I do to be more like this person? So like, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know.
Yeah, go walk to the beat of your own drum.
Yeah, that's what I think. Because sometimes I see things and I'm like, in theory, this seems amazing. Me, not doing it.
Yeah.
But like, in theory, I get how it's amazing. And it's not even that I want to make my life mimic that specifically. It's more like I want to mimic that feeling of like, oh my God, this is so fun. I'm having such a good time with my life. So it's more so like, what can I be doing in my life and with my life to like get there?
Right.
Rather than like, how can I be like that?
Yeah, that's true. I think ultimately what it takes to do this successfully in the solo poly sphere is just going to be like expectations, and then for sure having boundaries that I'm setting, like my own boundaries, like especially for my time.
Yeah.
Like,
because you like your time.
I like my time, but I don't make time. I like it, but I don't really make time for myself. I'm usually always doing something, or out with somebody, or doing something for somebody, or working, or whatever the case is. So I think my biggest challenge probably is going to be like asserting time for myself within this sphere of like, oh, I want to go do these things. Like, and especially because I enjoy doing things by myself, but now that I have like people, even my friends that I can call and be like, oh, I wanted to do this thing and I was going to go do this thing. Come with me. Now it's a little date. Now it's a friend date. Now it's a mom date. Now it's a partner date. Like, making time, setting boundaries, setting expectations for my partners, because I also need my needs met.
Yeah.
So like, I need to think about what I need from each individual.
And you deserve to have those needs met.
And express them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I had some questions for the gals.
Okay.
But you kind of answered it. One of them was, what does incorporating poly long-term look like for you? For you, it looks like having your relationships and living by yourself.
Yeah. But like...
And they don't fuck. Get your own bitches.
Yeah, get your own bitches. But yeah, like living by myself, but maybe like a couple of weeks out of the month, I'm not living by myself. But like majority of the time, I'm living by myself.
Okay, and then my last question, this is a good one. If you met someone who wasn't interested in polyamory, would you still pursue a relationship? And I don't mean like they're against polyamory. I mean, they understand that you are poly. They're okay with that, but they want to be committed to just you. But they're not saying that you have to be just committed to them.
Oh, I'm open to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're saying you do you.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm
only doing you.
Yeah. I'm like, and like they would most likely set boundaries, like make sure you're being safe.
Yeah.
I need your partners to get tested,
right.
Things like that. Yeah. I think that like that's kind of Red and I's dynamic because she's kind of like getting her life together and like figuring out what that looks like for her. And she's been like, you know, if you're going to go out, do stuff, at least let me know that is where your mind is. And also make sure these people are getting tested. Absolutely. And like that is her, those are her boundaries and like maybe a few other things. But like, yeah, I could get with that as long as you're not making me feel bad or like trying to make me conform to what you think I should be doing. You know, if I can meet your expectations for what you need, sure thing.
I agree with that. I think I would just want to reiterate that like that doesn't necessarily mean that they are my anchor partner.
Yeah.
Like I would still hold them right now at the same, not regard, but like, you know, it's
everybody's on the same
playing field right now. That isn't just because I'm your primary doesn't mean you're mine.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of like mean, but it's not if there's understanding and communication behind it. Yeah.
Especially if you're like, dude, do you, but like I'm just here for this.
Yeah. This is good enough for me.
Yeah.
I love that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. Well, thanks for your opinions.
Yeah. Anytime.
And this was a very interesting conversation. I can't wait to get I want to talk to somebody who kind of like your couple, but successful.
Yeah.
Like somebody that's been in a poly relationship long term, maybe a few different dynamics. So if that's you and you listen to the pod,
hit us up.
We would love to chat with you a little bit more.
Yeah.
And with that, if this is your first time listening to us, you can follow us on Instagram at @oliapleasures_. You can follow us on
Instagram.
Yeah, I just said that. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Comment, do that stuff as well. We
interact with us.
Yeah, we love to hear what you guys have to say. You can also follow us on Spotify and Apple Music. Join our Discord. The link will be in the description of this episode. And whether you're listening to this on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, bitch, we love you.
Bye.